Hey guys, what's going on? This is APW. Thank you for joining APW Talk. Today's topic, we're going to be talking about Corbin's ups and downs. Before I start off this topic, I received the news alert of the second inductee for the 2023 Hall of Fame, and the second inductee is the Great Muta. So, Muta, congratulations. It's something you've been working hard for. You've been known very notably in WCW. He's the guy who brought the mist to the business, which is inspired by Tajiri and Oscar, who are using it because it was the Great Muta who started all this. So, Great Muta, I want to say congratulations. We're all proud of you. We really honor you. And, may the rest of your days be remembered as one of the greatest wrestlers around WWE and JPW. But the only reason is because you were in WCW, which is part of WWE today. So now we're going to start off with the topic of Baron Corbin. So before we go to his success story and failed story, we're going to talk about who Baron Corbin was. So Baron Corbin was a three-time boxing Gold Glove champion. He also played in the NFL with the Colts, Cardinals. Those were the most notable teams, and most of the time he was known to be this aggressive man. So he had a gimmick known as the Lone Wolf, where he had long hair, became a United States champion, and was remarkable in his events also from NXT, with also becoming part of the SmackDown roster, joining among the greatest people in that roster back at the day. So, being there even as a competitor describes a lot. So that's what's been the description for Baron Corbin as the Lone Wolf. So, and then, with his career going on pretty well, now we have him as the general manager, also known as Constable Baron Corbin, which was a good run, but he was treated like trash, by Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, especially that Shield era when the Shield were face and they didn't wear the same costume, wearing the same House of Justice. They just wore their vest. That's pretty much it. But Roman, he wore the Shield thing like a boss, and no one else wore it. I mean, Dean Ambrose didn't wear it. Seth Rollins didn't wear it. But when Baron Corbin was the constable, he had a lot of problems with the Shield. He had them arrested. He had that cruel mindset, even taking revenge on Seth Rollins by doing an end of days to his fiance in real life, Becky Lynch, and three terrible curb stomps to the head. And those weren't planned. Those weren't part of that wasn't scripted. Those curb stomps were actually on purpose because it wasn't scripted for Corbin to do an end of days of Becky. I think he did that as a personal advantage because everything Corbin does, it doesn't become part of the script, it becomes personal. So, and then, he loses his job as constable and fights for King of the Ring. He has a finals opponent, Shorty G, who we know as Chad Gable, and he beats Chad Gable, becomes King of the Ring. He had a good run with the gimmick. I really liked King Corbin a lot. Now that it's all different now and it's changed, that's something that a lot of us are expecting. A lot of us didn't see the change into the fact that he was going to be King of the Ring. And, with that King of the Ring gimmick, he was a perfect heel. He had some problems along the way, with The Rock returning, giving him rock bottom in people's elbow, or being betrayed by DX as they are leaving their trademark, or losing to Roman Reigns at Last Man Standing, and losing to Roman and the Usos in a dog food fight in a dog food match. But he kept on going even with a Thunderdome, still ruling with an iron fist, and to the time where Nakamura stole his crown, which is where it actually begins. he got his crown stolen by Nakamura, and then the series of him saying that he wants his crown back, he wants to become one of the best wrestlers around, and that he's the true king of WWE, debuting Rick Boogs, the guitar player for Shinsuke. And the next week is competition for the Battle of the Crown. And Corbin is really serious into this and wants to become king of the ring once more by knowing, yeah, you're right. There's no one stronger than luchas. I mean, lucha libre is there. I mean, I know WWE is kind of weak, but at the same time, WWE has been changing a lot since Triple H took over. I mean, we know that Vince hasn't been doing well ever since he retired, but somehow they're saying that he's probably coming back. So we really don't know for now for sure where it's going to be going on, but with lucha libre, especially with Corbin, when he was still with the King era with Rey Mysterio, with that era of Mysterio and Corbin, saying that Mysterio didn't belong in WWE, or he wasn't deserving to, wear a mask, and but at the same time, it's something that we all appreciate from Corbin. So, and then into the match where Corbin is fighting the Nakamura, it doesn't end well. Nakamura ends up beating him, and Corbin ends up being broke. He loses. It reminds me like Rey Mysterio, being underestimated. Rey Mysterio was, as you all know, Rey Mysterio is one of the shortest people. He might be small, but he has defined the impossible. And like I said before, I want to congratulate Rey Mysterio for going to the Hall of Fame as the first pick. And, Rey Mysterio has had a lot of rivalries with Corbin as one of them, with Samoa Joe as one of them, with even Brock Lesnar as one of them. And, with a lot of people. Yeah, Rey Mysterio does sometimes look like a boo. I mean, he does sometimes, especially, I'm not going to lie, but he kind of does look like a boo sometimes. But, and Corbin, now being broke, he's asking everyone for help. KO, Kevin Owens. A lot of people, even from Big E, now that he's broke, he has, I don't know if you've seen this, but he has like a lot of spaghetti stains in his shirt. You could even hear Rey Mysterio's theme music in one of the interviews Caleb Braxton gives. So, Rey Mysterio and Corbin, that was a good storyline. It didn't last long, but when you have Rey Mysterio, you can't argue with that. Rey Mysterio is one of the greatest legends, and I'm gonna hold on the Corbin conversation. We're gonna talk about Rey Mysterio for a bit. So, Rey Mysterio is one of the greatest luchadors of all time. Really well deserved to be in the Hall of Fame, especially for a guy who's been in the business for like 20 years. And, with someone as good as he was, I really would like to see where this is going to go. I feel kind of bummed out that Rey declined the match against his son, but, at the same time, Rey's a father and he doesn't want to hurt his son, which kind of makes sense why people say that WWE is weak, because they're not giving the storylines that people want. They're not giving the matches that people want. They're not giving the perspective of like Rey Mysterio's got to fight his son, but at the same time, I feel like Rey Mysterio's letting his fatherhood get in the way of this. And with you want to talk about great luchadors. We're gonna talk about some luchadors. We got Eddie Guerrero, we got Sin Cara, we got Kalisto, legends, Mil Máscaras, El Santo. These are guys who define the ways of going up high on the top ropes, making splashes, making moves, doing hurricanranas. And this is what our luchadors and lucha libre is all about. And now with Corbin, Corbin is now broke, and he's been bragging that he knows a lot about lucha libre. And so, yeah, he becomes broke for a while, steals the Money in the Bank contract for Big E, loses it at SummerSlam, And and that's pretty much what is showing on about. And there's a lot of things that Corbin really went downhill. And he ended up having like $35, and went to the casino in Las Vegas, won big, became rich, finally had that haircut. Cause let's be honest, the sad Corbin haircut sucks. It sucks because it's something I don't think anyone wants to look at. I know that's one thing I don't want to look at. So we're glad about that. And the good thing is that he was rich. He's still rich, but he had a losing streak. He had a sidekick who who we know as Madcap Moss, and ended up betraying Madcap. Madcap becomes the Andre the Giant Battle Royal winner, and then we see a lot of progress in Madcap and failure in Baron Corbin, or Happy Corbin, I should say. And Happy Corbin and the rivalry between him and Drew McIntyre, that was an amazing rivalry. The rivalry between the Claymore and End of Days. And the thing is that no one's ever kicked out of the End of Days until Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania 38. So that was one thing that really turned out. The losing streak began there at WrestleMania, and then he began losing to his former football mate, his former football colleague, Pat McAfee. So if you knew he lost, you know it's bad. You know it's bad. And making fun of Pat McAfee, saying that he can't wrestle. I mean, have you seen him wrestle Theory? I mean, he did a good job wrestling Theory. I'm not gonna lie about that. So, and then now he gets help from JBL. We don't see him for a couple months. JBL comes in, first time in probably 7 or 8 years since he was a commentator, and presents Baron Corbin due to the trade of Rey Mysterio, saying he didn't want to fight his son, so he goes to SmackDown. Corbin's a new member of Raw, calls himself JBL's protege. He says that now Corbin is the modern day wrestling god. So he becomes successful, defeats Ziggler, defeats Ali, defeats Gargano, and everything is going well until Drew McIntyre, who he lost to at WrestleMania 38, now has a match on Raw, loses. JBL's like, okay, maybe this is one time thing. It's a one time issue. It's probably not gonna be a big deal. And then against Loomis, loses again. And he goes against Gargano one more time, loses again. And JBL is fed up that he breaks ties with Corbin, saying that I'm not gonna have a loser under my watch, under a watch that I've did to receive my Hall of Fame ring, to receive my Hall of Fame reputation, get destroyed by a guy who isn't worth watching. So, and I think that's where Corbin is. Corbin is at that stage right now. Now that I don't think he's going to get a WrestleMania match. I know that for sure. And if he does, I don't think it's going to last long. I think it'd probably be about the Battle Royal. Because Battle Royal, I think it's going to be next week or the week after that. I know it's going to be before March 30th. I think it's going to be March 31st, probably before the Hall of Fame induction. So, yeah, that's where we're going to be looking at there. I mean, I'm really excited for that. Maybe Baron Corbin will finally have a chance to earn more respect and upgrade or increase his reputation. I mean, he's been going up, down, up, down. So it's pretty much what is going to be happening. We can't expect anything else from this guy. He's been having a winning career, a losing career. Even lost to Seth Rollins. So that's pretty much what you can expect from this guy. So we don't know much yet. And that's going to be something that's going to be really worth talking about for a couple days to come. And we really don't know where it's gonna go for Corbin now. I mean, we're still seeing him on Raw, being rejected by the male models, losing to Chad Gable. So it's been an up down thing for him, and now he's at the rock bottom again. He's not poor and broke this time, but he's rock bottom with the losing streak. So that's going to be a little hard on him, and it's going to be a little hard on his career. It's probably going to be hard on anyone. It's going to be easy for those who challenge him because they're going to beat him. So it's probably not that much. So pretty much of that, yeah. So thank you for joining APW Talk. Tomorrow I'm going to be talking about the history of lucha libre, from Rey Mysterio, Mil Máscaras, El Santo, Sin Cara, Calisto, Gran Metalik, all these famous masked and unmasked legends. So until next time, this is APW. Thank you for joining APW Talk. Click on that like button, hit that subscribe button, click that notification bell. Write me in the comments what you want me to talk about next. Until next time, this is APW. Thank you for joining. Peace out, guys.